With due permission of your lordship, a farewell address to Honorable the Chief Justice will be held on the occasion of laying down of his lordship's office. For order of reference, may I call upon Mr. Dilip Chaudhary, President, Guwahati High Court Bar Association.
Honorable Justice R.M. Chhaya, the Chief Justice of the Guwahati High Court, and Honorable Judges of the Guwahati High Court present here, respected members of the judiciary, respected my colleagues and members, senior members of the bar, and my friends. And I have seen most probably the family members of Honorable Justice, Honorable Chief Justice, they are present. And Honorable Mr. Justice Chhaya, you took graduation in commerce from MS University of Baroda. Thereafter, you completed the LLB course and got LLB degree from LSA College from Gujarat University. You joined as an advocate with the enrollment of the Gujarat Bar Council in 1984. Your tenure of practice as an advocate, with your remarkable service rendered for representation of many organizations like Gujarat Municipal Corporation, Gujarat Industrial Development Corporation, Ahmedabad Urban Development Authority, and as Assistant Government Leader of Gujarat, additional PP of Gujarat government since 1991 to 1995. You, your, you were the Additional Income Tax Council for 2 years. Then you served as the Central Government Council for Union of India since July 2004, and then as the Senior Standing Council of the Union of India in 2008. Thereafter, you were elevated as the Additional Judge of the Gujarat High Court on 12 to 2011 and confirmed as judge on 28/1/2013. Since 2011, you served more than a decade as judge of the Gujarat High Court, and thereafter you were assigned the Chief Justice of the Guwahati High Court in 2022, and you took oath as Chief Justice of this High Court on 23/6/2022. The welcome and farewell both are relative terms and applicable to us always, but the feelings of us are different for observing both the occasions, and this is reflected in our sense differently. In welcoming someone, we feel our joy, and whenever we bid farewell to someone, we have the feelings of sorrow, which reflection of shyness. But we cannot escape of the application of this in the race of our human life. If we have got welcome once, then there is the time to come for farewell. We have gathered here to bid farewell, you, sir, with all our feelings of sorrow for losing your associationship amongst us, but it is inevitable. When we welcome you with our felicitation after adorning the post of Chief Justice of the Guwahati High Court, we have our joyous feelings. When we met you for invitation for your felicitation in the conversation with us, you told us that without the service of the bar, court cannot function, and the assistance is still, and this sentence is still in our mind, and you have shown your such perception from your inner heart within this 6 months tenure. However, our feelings reflects that this tenure is a long tenure with all cordiality we got from a Chief Justice that has been emanated from your personality. We approached you for many occasions with several demands, but you have fulfilled all but one by one. You have stood by us sharing our feelings by providing ACs to our bar rooms, while our association demanded after failing to repair some ACs of our bar rooms in old building. You cooperated with us in respect of the problem of parking of vehicles, although it is temporary arrangement by allowing our members to park their bike in the premises of the Legal Services Authority building premises. We are grateful to you, sir, and you will be amidst us always. We hope that you will keep your relationship with us, so whenever you visit to Assam, you will remember us and meet us. And with the same sense, we assure you, sir, that we will, if for any occasion we visit to Gujarat, we will remember you, sir, for a courtesy visit. At the conclusion of my speech, we hope for your long life and healthy life, to sir. With thanks of your all cooperation and cordiality that has been shown to our bar members and association, I conclude my speech. Thank you.
Mr. Satyadhar Matak, President, Guwahati High Court Advocates Association.
Honorable Chief Justice, whom we are bidding farewell today, Honorable Mr. Justice N. Kotishwar Singh, respected Honorable Judges, other judges present, respected Madam Chhaya, respected members of the registry, esteemed members of the bar, ladies and gentlemen present, today we assemble here to bid farewell our Honorable Chief Justice R.M. Chhaya, who is laying down his Lordship's office, having attained the age of superannuity. His Lordship took oath as Chief Justice of this High Court on 23 June 2022. During his Lordship's tenure, besides having presided over many a bench seeking to deliver judgments, his Lordship also associated himself on many social activities and endeared the people of the Northeast thereby. To, to cite a few occasions, his Lordship organized a national judicial seminar at Kaziranga, Assam, to apprise the country about the need of conservation of environment. The seminar was attended by almost a galaxy of judges of the Supreme Court, as well as the Honorable Minister of Law, Kiren Rijiju. The our seminar was on environment and sustainable development, role of judiciary, and digitalization of Indian judiciary, its impact on dispensation of justice. The decision of holding the seminar itself envisages a powerful message on conservation of biodiversity. Due to his Lordship's personal initiative, Vidya School on Wheels project was launched, which was a project to help empower economically challenged children academically. His Lordship lauded the first in a biennial e-journal Nyaya Pragya of Judicial Academy Assam. In his inaugural speech, he emphasized that e-journal would showcase the rich history and tradition of Honorable Guwahati High Court and District Court of Assam. During his Lordship's tenure, the Guwahati High Court observed the Constitution Day on 26th November 2022. Though it is the day of mixed feelings of joy and sorrow, as his Lordship is relieving himself from the onerous duty of performing a task where he could deliver best justice to the needy litigant. On the other hand, it is a matter of joy that he would be able to mix with the society freely and render his valuable service, being an ex-distinguished jury. His Lordship's service to the society, even after his retirement, would be a great contribution to the building of our proud nation. I, on behalf of myself and the Guwahati High Court Advocates Association, wish his Lordship and his family a very happy life. Long live his Lordship. Hope his Lordship will ever remember the days in the Guwahati High Court for a long, long time.
Mr. Chinmoy Chaudhuri, Chairman of Bar Council of Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, and Sikkim.
my Lord, the Chief Justice, Mr. R.M. Chhaya, respected Madam Chhaya, and all respected members of Lordship family, the Honorable judges of this esteemed High Court, the Honorable members of the Judiciary, members of the staff, my esteemed colleagues in the bar. Today, after serving this High Court, the office is being demitted by your Lordship, and we have assembled here to bid our farewell to your Lordship. Lordship, in a very short stint of tenure as Chief Justice of this Honorable Court, has shown some exemplary performances. Lordship was born on 12 January 1961, and in that sense, Lordship shares the date of birth with another stalwart son of India, that is the Hindu monk Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda, who was born on 12th of January 1863. Lordship graduated himself in the commerce stream from L.A. Shah College under Gujarat University in the year 1984. And in the year 1984 itself, Lordship got himself enrolled with the Bar Council of Gujarat. In his journey as an advocate, Lordship was appointed as Assistant Government Pleader and Additional Public Prosecutor in the High Court of Gujarat in 1991 and worked there till March 1995 in that capacity. Thereafter, joined office of Senior Advocate Sri N.D. Nanabati and worked with him till 1998. Lordship was empaneled advocate for Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation, Rajkot Municipal Corporation, Bhavanagar Municipal Corporation, Gujarat Industrial Development Corporation, Ahmedabad Municipal Transport Service, Ahmedabad Urban Development Authority, and Bhuj Urban Development Authority. That shows the experience gathered by his Lordship. Lordship was appointed as an additional counsel for the Department of Income Tax for a period of 2 years in the year 2001 and was appointed as an additional central government counsel in July 2004 and thereafter appointed as senior counsel for the Union of India since 2008. Lordship was appointed as senior counsel for the Central Excise and Customs Department in the High Court of Gujarat and appeared in various constitutional matters as well as town planning and land acquisition matters. Your Lordship was elevated as an additional judge, High Court of Gujarat on 17 February 2011 and was confirmed as permanent judge on 28/1/2013. Lordship came to Guwahati, appointed as Chief Justice of this court, and took oath on 23rd of June 2022. We found, though Lordship came for a very short period, about 6 months and some odd days, Lordship, without any hesitation, got involved with all the affairs of the Honorable High Court and extended full support even to the bar and I consider myself to be unfortunate and a bit repentant because we failed to avail this opportunity of approaching your lordship for granting some extra space to the Bar Council of India. I mean, not it. Now looking back at lordship attitude towards the bar and all, I feel that when we approached your lordship, definitely lordship was giving some sort of support to us. Lordship is limiting the office today after a very successful journey as as a judge in the higher judiciary. Apart from lordship's acumen as a judge, lordship will be remembered for lordship's extreme politeness. The specialty in your lordship was lordship addressed everyone around as Bhaiji. And during proceedings also, lordship used to speak 2-3 lines in Hindi that added lucidity to the deliberations made by lordship. Lordship, today, the time of depart, I wish your lordship a long, happy, and healthy life, and also wish the same to all the members of lordship family. And I hope both sides, that is your lordship and the judiciary, as well as the members of the bar council, everybody will remember for long lordship's presence here. And this relationship will continue indefinitely till every one of you last. Just few words to conclude. Again, lordship, good health.
Mr. Digonto Das, Advocate General, Mizoram.
The Honorable Chief Justice, other competent judges of this Honorable High Court, members of the registry, senior advocates, members of the bar, family members of the Honorable Chief Justice, ladies and gentlemen. I remember your Lordship, when your Lordship came to Guwahati, and we were also invited to the swearing in ceremony in Raj Bhavan. Myself and Mr. Saikia, my learned friend, were sitting. And seeing your Lordship walking to the dais, I told my learned friend that your Lordship will be very difficult. Your Lordship will be very strict. And I hope that there will be no adjournment. Looking your Lordship appearance. But it was totally reversed. When I appeared with your Lordship, I have never seen such a humble person in my life. Honestly, I am speaking, my Lord. Your Lordship retired nothing to flare your Lordship. I have never seen. 85 I joined this profession. I have your Lordship humblest. So simple. But I'm sorry my assessment was wrong. When I was called in the swearing ceremony in the Governor House, totally wrong assessment. Extremely sorry for that, my. I told my learned friend, Mr. Saikia, yesterday also, totally, I'll tell your Lordship this. What was my experience when I have looked to your Lordship at the very first instance. Walking and taking an oath is very difficult for us. Adjournment will not get 100%. Your Lordship had a short but meaningful and purposeful tenure as the head of the judiciary in the state of Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, and Mizoram, and Nagaland. On the judicial side, your Lordship took proactive steps in matters pertaining to under trial prisoners who, despite getting bail, were languishing in jail, matters pertaining to condition of jails, setting up of mental health board, etc. Your Lordship was thoroughly prepared in every matter listed before court, number one. I appeared before your lordship. Normally we have got number of cases, about 10, 15 cases. So it is very difficult to look each and every cases. But when I appeared before the court, and normally we prepare the case in advance, then I have seen and have argued before lordship. I just started my argument saying, my lord will look into page 70. Your lordship will say, kindly see 180. See paragraph 19. So prepared. So from next day onward, I told my junior, no, going to court number 1, if it is 2000 pages also we have to prepare. But we don't know. Your lordship will ask, 199, what is that? You please look into it. So lordship was thorough about the brief. Apart from judicial duties, your lordship had made a major impact on the society at large through various initiatives. I attended few, but I gathered certain information through my colleagues also. Large number of initiative your lordship has taken. As a short tenure of 6 months, I just noted down those initiatives which your lordship has taken. First, on 15th August, I was also invited, my lord. Your lordship inaugurated Vidya Rath, Schools on Wheels program, providing education for underprivileged students in support of the state government. I am told that Vidya Rath was conceived by lordship in line with a similar initiative prevalent in the state of Gujarat. Next, on 15th of August 2022, under the leadership of your lordships, this Honorable High Court for the first time gave away certificates and gifts to 9 deaf and dumb students who excelled in high school and higher secondary school exam. Third, on 19th of August 2022, Lordship inaugurated the new Judicial Court building at Barpeta. Fourth, on 19th September 2022, your Lordships, the High Court Museum was inaugurated. Fifth, on 26th September 2022, under your Lordship's guidance, live streaming of court proceedings with respect to court number 1, court number 2, and court number 6 commenced, and the same is a step towards attending transparency in conducting of judicial proceeding. Sixth, your lordships also conducted program for sanitization and knowledge enhancement for judges dealing with POSCO matters. Seventh, on 9th of August 2022, I was also invited along with the AG of Assam. Your lordship guidance, this Honorable Court conducted National Seminar on Environment and Sustainable Development, Role of Judiciary and Digitization of Indian Judiciary, its impact in dispensation of justice at Kaziranga. This seminar was successfully held with some incredible deliberation session for which the entire credit goes to your lordships and the other competent judges of this Honorable Court and the members of the registry. 8, my lord, this will go on, but I have noted down few. On 5th of January 2023, your lordship, in collaboration with Assam Police and Indian Law Institute, Assam unit held a program on use of forensic in investigation and application of forensic science in criminal justice system at the Assam Police headquarters, where I was also invited with your lordship and a few of the judges and the AG of Assam. 9th, on 6th of January 2023, your lordship launched the e-journals of the Judicial Academy Assam, and on 10th, very recently, a few days back, under your lordship's guidance, the government of Assam has signed a MOU with Prasanthi Medical Service and Research Foundation, Sri Saitya Sai Heart Hospital, Rajkot, for providing free treatment of various cardiac disease among the poor and needy patients in the state of Assam. Lastly, under your lordship guidance, the Guwahati High Court website now provides a virtual justice clock which gives real-time data regarding institution, disposal, and pendency of cases pending before the various courts in the state of Assam. This is indeed another step towards judicial transparency. The list will go on, my lord. It will never end. Whatever your lordship initiative has taken by your lordship. These are the few initiatives your lordship has taken. Your lordship's kind and humble nature was very evident, and every lawyer got a fair opportunity in my lord's court. I am also told that your lordship was also very caring towards staff attached to this court. Your lordship took various initiatives towards social empowerment and development, and we shall make every endeavor to continue the same. I, on behalf of myself and the state of Mizoram and its people, wish your lordship and family a very happy and healthy future, and also my best wishes to your lordship to all future endeavors. Thank you.
Mr. B.D. Goswami, Additional Advocate General, Arunachal Pradesh.
Honorable Chief Justice, other honorable judges of Guwahati High Court, respected members of the Guwahati High Court Registry, respected presidents of the two bar associations, respected chairman of Bar Council of Assam, Nagaland, etc., Learned Advocate General Mizoram, Learned Additional Advocate General Assam, Learned Additional Advocate General Nagaland, Learned Deputy Solicitor General India, and Standing Counsel of Guwahati High Court, my respected senior colleagues at the bar, my friends, respected guests, ladies and gentlemen, this meeting is in reference to the occasion of laying down of office by the Honorable Chief Justice on his attaining the age of superannuation. Honorable the Chief Justice hails from Veraval district, Junagadh, Gujarat, where your lordship was born on 12th of January 1961. Your lordship had passed BCom examination from the famous MS University at Vadodara and did LLB degree from Sri L.A. Shah College under Gujarat University by the year 1984. The same year, your lordship had also got yourself enrolled as an advocate with the Bar Council of Gujarat. Your lordship started practice by joining the offices of Messrs. Y.J. Tribhuti, Trademark Attorney, and Punanand and Company, Government Solicitors. Your lordship was also appointed as Assistant Government Pleader and Additional Public Prosecutor in the High Court of Gujarat in 1995 and served as such till March 1995. Thereafter, your lordship had joined the office of the Senior Advocate N.D. Nanavati and worked with him till 1998. Your lordship can always boast of an illustrious career as a lawyer, as your lordship then was, with many important clients such as the government, government bodies, municipal corporations, urban development authorities, etc. Wherefrom your lordship garnered immense experiences, not to talk of your lordship's stint with the Income Tax Department as an additional counsel and as an additional central government counsel from July 2004 and as a senior counsel for the Union of India since 2008. Your lordship was also appointed as senior counsel for the Central Excise and Customs Department in the High Court of Gujarat. Your lordship appeared in various constitutional matters as well as in town planning and land acquisition matters. Your lordship was elevated as an additional judge, High Court of Gujarat on 17th of February 2011 and confirmed as a permanent judge on 28th of January 2013. Thereafter, upon taking oath on 23rd of June 2022, your lordship had decorated the office of the Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court, the High Court of Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram, and Arunachal Pradesh. Honorable sir, even if we had your lordship as a Chief Justice for a very short period of time, your lordship had left your imprints in our mind by your amiable disposition in court, which made us all very comfortable in our appearances. Your lordship has also shown concern for the needy and downtrodden whenever the occasion arose. My colleagues who had represented in their respective states before court number 1 in a particular case, in Suamoto PL case relating to prison reforms, will definitely join me in acknowledging your lordship's extra push to introduce computer learning, distance learning, etc. for the prison inmates and UTPs. In addition, your lordship had also seriously taken up issue of health and hygiene in the jails and correctional centers with particular focus on female health. Many changes have already been brought in as per your lordship's directions, and further progress will definitely take place. Another notable achievement during your lordship's tenure that comes to mind is the successful holding of the national seminar of Indian judiciary organized by the Guwahati High Court in collaboration with the state government at Kaziranga. The seminar took up two very relevant topics for discussion, namely environment and sustainable development, role of judiciary, and digitalization of Indian judiciary and its impact in dispensation of justice. On the occasion of laying down of the office by your lordship, after a short but very successful tenure as Chief Justice of this Honorable High Court, I, on behalf of the state of Arunachal Pradesh and its people, and also on my personal behalf, express our heartfelt gratitude. We also pray to God Almighty to grant your lordship a long and healthy life so that your lordship can carry forward your good works for the betterment of the society.
Mr. Ranjit Kumar Chaudhary, Deputy Solicitor General of India.
Honorable the Chief Justice, Guwahati High Court, Honorable Mr. Justice R.M. Chhaya, Honorable Judges present here today, my respects to the family members of Honorable Chief Justice present here, learned members of the Registry, Senior Counsel, and my colleagues in the bar. Indeed, I feel very privileged to stand here today to address this farewell meeting. In fact, I'm sure many of my colleagues would like to speak, but I'm one of the chosen few. While I was coming to this courtroom, I entered and I again went back. I had a look at the roll of honor of the learned Chief Justices, and I could find I joined in the year 98. That time the serial number was 32 and lordship is 69. During this course of period, so many Chief Justices have come, so many have gone. But if somebody would ask me to name them, I could remember only a few, perhaps 2-3 Chief Justices names which would come to my mind. Now, Lordship, as an officer of the court, as a counsel, our duty is to assist the court, the honorable judges, to arrive at a correct finding. And it is very important, both for the counsel as well as the learned judge, to have a very good communication skill. And by good communication skill, I would mean the ability to hear. The ability to hear does not necessarily mean only to hear. The ability to hear is not for the purpose of putting a question or answering a question, answering what has been said. The ability to hear is the ability to understand. As my previous speaker, Mr. Diganta Das, Senior Advocate, has already said, Lordship was always prepared with the cases, and Lordship will always say, come to page number so-and-so, paragraph number so-and-so, line number so-and-so. And at times it becomes very difficult because a counsel would prepare his case in his own way to impress the court to get a favorable order. But what I have seen, I am here almost every day, the Honorable Chief Justice will hear. He has got his own perception about the matter, but he will hear. And thereafter, If the learned counsel misses out on something else, he will point out that come to page number so and so, line number so and so, this was your stand. I really admire that. Such preparation going into those huge volumes is really admirable. Another thing which caught my mind in this court was the junior members of the bar. They were always at ease in this court. I remember one incident, just the opposite happened some years, maybe a year back. A junior counsel was attending this court and suddenly his phone rang. And the then Chief Justice said, Mr. Diganta Das, senior advocate, was there. The Chief Justice said, "Jab kar lo uska mobile." And here, not long back, maybe 1-2 months back, here there was a junior lawyer. Same thing happened to him. His mobile rang in the court. And this counsel was so frightened. He did not know what to do. He did not know even how to switch off his mobile. And I must appreciate that the learned Chief Justice made him ease down, made him understand that you should switch off your mobile while coming to court or keep it in silent mode. That is something which makes your lordship great. That is not something which is seen every day. I also remember the words of my learned colleague in Gujarat, Devang Vyas. In fact, when my lord was transferred here, I thought I would get some advance information about my lord. That puts me at ease. I think every lawyer will be keen to know how the new Chief Justice is. And Mr. Devang told me, Mr. Chaudhary, you may get adjournments. Honorable Justice Chhaya will give you 1, 2, and 3 adjournments, but be ready for the cause on the 4th adjournment. Lordship, in fact, a cost was given on me also in one case. Therefore, Lordship, the dignity, the way how your Lordship has conducted the court is really appreciated. And the way the Lordship has discharged his duties on the administrative side is also mentioned by my previous speakers. I would not go into that. But another aspect of the matter which perhaps we from the bar should have taken up, but it had escaped our notice. Only last week, my lord had called me to his chamber regarding the 75th anniversary of our High Court, and Lordship wanted to release a commemorative stamp. In fact, Lordship wanted to initiate the process because it takes quite a long time. It takes around 3 months' time. The proposal, I believe, should have gone from us, but somehow or other it had escaped our notice, but your Lordship was keen to take it up. I assure your Lordship of my full endeavor to have the work done at the relevant point of time. I will pursue the matter. At the end, I would say, Lordship will be missed by this court, but will not be forgotten. We hope to see your Lordship in the pink of your health anytime in the near future. We wish your Lordship all the best. Thank you so much.
Ms. T. Crow, Additional Advocate General, Nagaland.
My Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice, Lady Wife, and the family members, his other companion Honorable Judges, member of Registry, learned senior advocates, and my dear colleague of the esteemed bar. Today, as we gather to felicitate Honorable Mr. Justice Rashmin Maharbhai Chhaya on his retirement as a Chief Justice of this Honorable Guwahati High Court. His Lordship started his initial practice as an advocate in the year 1984 with the Bar Council of Gujarat and was elevated as additional judge of Gujarat High Court on 17/2/2011 and made permanent on 28/1/2013. After being appointed as acting Chief Justice of Gujarat High Court, he was elevated as Chief Justice of this Honorable Guwahati High Court on 23/6/2022. During this short span of almost 6 months, my Lord Chief Justice, with his vast experience and knowledge and other positive attributes, has helped us to improve and shape our arguments. I must say that my Lord's court is the most comfortable court. Amongst all the progress and accomplishment through your Lordship's initiation, which will go a long way, Nagaland is also very grateful for your interference in streamlining the welfare of jail inmates in prison, which was not taken into consideration in the earlier occasion. Joining with my predecessor, I, on my personal behalf, and on behalf of the government of Nagaland and the people of Nagaland, extend our sincere congratulations to you on reaching this amazing milestone. And also, we wish you a very happy and healthy retirement life. Thank you.
Mr. H.K. Das, Standing Counsel, Guwahati High Court, Guwahati.
Honorable Sri Rasmin Manharbhai Chhaya, the Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court, Honorable Judges, members of the registry, my seniors in the bar, my esteemed colleagues, brothers and sisters, and other present herein today. At the beginning, I would like to take the pleasure to welcome the members of His Lordship's family to this afternoon's sitting, that is Madam Chhaya and the other family members and invited guests. This august gathering today is meant to bid farewell to the Honorable Chief Justice R.M. Chhaya, who has served as the Chief Justice of this sacred institution for a period for more than 6 months till laying down his office. These proceedings are meant to share words of goodwill, best wishes, express gratitude to His Lordships on behalf of the Guwahati High Court and the registry of this honorable court, who desire to say something on the steadiness, humility, humanity, and kindness of your Lordship. Decision making as a judge is not an easy job. It is no longer correct notion that judges sit on ivory tower. Unless they know the realities of life, they cannot dispense justice. The understanding of ordinary life is perhaps the most important facets of Chief Justice Chhaya's compassion. Another important aspect is complete absence of sentimentality, a rare combination, as it is very difficult to strike a balance between the two. That is, doing justice with compassion and also to ensure that your heart does not rule the head and you lose objectivity, which may result in giving a judgment completely ignoring the statutory provisions or legal principle. At the same time, need is to be sensitive to the rights of the ordinary persons and do social justice within the framework of law. It can be well understood as to how much sacrifice your Lordships had to take shouldering such huge responsibility till the date of demitting office today. My previous speakers have already said many things about your lordship's career as well as many commendable works your lordships sitting in the bench. Your lordships took oath as the Chief Justice of the Guwahati High Court on 23/6/2022. Although the tenure is little over 6 months, but we felt that your lordships is with us for more than 6 years. I will only name a few of huge total wherein your lordships has contributed a lot for protecting the life, liberty, and constitutional values of the people of Northeast while sitting in the bench as Chief Justice. I would, however, particularly mention the initiative taken by your lordships in augmenting the infrastructure of the judiciary, which will always fill our heart with deep sense of gratitude and will always inspire others to further the said initiative until the goal is achieved. During your lordship's tenure, many new permanent court complexes were inaugurated for the subordinate judiciary, which will tremendously help the justice dispensation system. Your lordship's contribution in the matter of jail reform while taking up so many writ petitions will always be remembered. Your lordships took keen interest in improving the infrastructure, health, hygiene of the various central and district jails across the state. It is your lordships who endeavored to release the under trial prisoners languishing in jail for years while safeguarding their constitutional rights. Your lordships took the pain to personally visit various jails across the state and suggest measures for improvement not only in the administrative side but also sitting in the bench so that the life and the living of the inmates in the jail can be improved to uphold the human dignity. Your lordship's contribution in improving the life of women inmates inside the jail to give them scope to reform will always be appreciated. This shows the kindness and the compassion your lordships have for the people, totally ignoring their background. I'll be failing in my duties if I forget to mention the much talked about case of house demolition, wherein your lordships took firm and upright decision to compensate the victim, followed by strict action against the erring official. The lordship's contribution in establishing several vulnerable witness deposition centers across the state of Assam to protect the safety, security, and the interest of the juvenile in conflict with law will inspire the society. I personally feel that every lawyer who appeared before your lordships always felt at home and never felt uneasy. I have learned from your lordships the meticulous reading of facts. I can still vividly remember in one case, which was a writ petition against an order passed by the learned tribunal, and I was arguing for the petitioner, and your lordships read the facts so deeply to remind me that the surname of the counsel who appeared before the learned tribunal was identical to my surname. So your lordships prepared the facts to such an extent that your lordships remember each and every word in the brief. Such meticulous and strenuous work while undertaking the work of dispensation of justice has inspired many young lawyers to come forward and argue cases before your lordship. Your lordships is not only tall in physique, but also has a towering personality, which led this honorable court to write various success stories. Your lordships leaves very large shows to fill, and not just because your lordships has rather large feet. Your contribution to the professional and collegiate of life of the court will be sorely missed. It only remains me to express on behalf of the Guwahati High Court and the members of the registry our gratitude for your lordship's outstanding contribution to the work and the life of the court, and our best wishes for a long and enjoyable retirement. And in my personal behalf, my lord, I'll always miss the Act 2 Somoto PIL in the days to come, my lord.
Mr. D. Nath, Senior Government Advocate, Assam.
Malad, the Honorable Chief Justice, Honorable Judges of this Honorable Court, the members of the Registry, the family members of the Honorable Chief Justice, senior members of the Bar, and my dear colleagues. But today we have assembled to bid farewell to our Honorable Chief Justice, R.M. Chhaya. The Honorable Chief Justice was appointed as the Chief Justice of this court on 23rd June 2022. And during this short span of your Lordship's tenure, but we have learned so many things. Lord. On my personal experience, I have expressed, but your Lordship was always cooperative and accommodative to all the members of the bar, especially towards the young lawyers. And I would like to express my gratitude and regard to your Lordship for rendering flawless and extensive service in this judiciary. I would like to thank your Lordship for all the work, cooperation, and valuable guidance extended till date. Particularly, Lord, I have learned so many things in the jail reform matter, which Lordship, Lord, with your Lordship's guidance, Lord, we have taken various steps for jail reform. Lord, as a matter of fact, Lord, today, Mr. Dilip Mojumdar, additional AG, was supposed to address this gathering, but he felt uneasy and he had to leave. Lord, joining with my predecessors, on behalf of the state of Assam and on my personal behalf, I pray for your Lordship's good health, well-being, and happiness for the rest of the period of your Lordship's life.
Now, may we have the honor of reference by Honorable Mr. Justice N. Kotishar Singh.
Honorable Mr. Justice Rashmin Manharbhai Chhaya, the Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court, Mrs. Hitakshi R. Chhaya, and other family members present today, my esteemed colleagues on the bench, Mr. Dilip Chaudhary, President, Guwahati High Court Bar Association, Mr. Chatpidhar Matak, President, Guwahati High Court Advocates Association, Mr. Chinmoy Chaudhary, Chairman of Bar Council of Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, and Sikkim, Mr. Digonto Das, Advocate General, Mizoram, Mr. B.D. Goswami, Additional Advocate General, Arunachal Pradesh, Mr. Ranjit Kumar Dev Chaudhary, Deputy SGI, Ms. T. Crow, Additional Advocate General, Nagaland, Mr. H.K. Das, Standing Counsel, Guwahati High Court, Mr. D. Nath, Senior Government Advocate, Assam, the Registrar General and all other members of the registry, both judicial and non-judicial, the Member Secretary of Asalsa and his team, the learned senior advocates and other members of the bar present today. Today, we have assembled here today to bid farewell to Honorable the Chief Justice, Mr. Rashmin Manharbhai Chhaya, who is demitting office tomorrow, that is on 11th of January 2023. And we are holding this reference tomorrow being a holiday in our High Court. Honorable Mr. Justice Rashmin Manharbhai Chhaya was born on 12th January 1961 at Veerabal district, Junagadh, in the state of Gujarat. His Lordship completed his graduation in Commerce from MS University, Vadodara, in the year 1981. Thereafter, his Lordship obtained law degree from Sir L.A. Shah College from Gujarat University in the year 1984. Thereafter, his Lordship got enrolled as an advocate with the Bar Council of Gujarat in the year 1984. His Lordship joined the offices of MS Y.J. Trivedi, trademark attorney, and the Purnanan and Company government solicitors. His Lordship was appointed as an assistant government pleader and additional public prosecutor in the High Court of Gujarat in the year 1991 and served till 1995. Thereafter, his Lordship joined office of
the office of the senior advocate Sri N.D. Nanavati and worked with him till 1998. His Lordship was the imperial advocate for Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation, Rajkot Municipal Corporation, Bhavnagar Municipal Corporation, Gujarat Industrial Development Corporation, Ahmedabad Municipal Transport Services, Ahmedabad Urban Development Authority, and Bhuj Urban Development Authority. His Lordship was appointed as an additional counsel for the Department of Income Tax for 2 years in year 2001 and was also appointed as an additional central government counsel in July 2004 and thereafter appointed as a senior counsel for the Union of India since 2008. His Lordship was also appointed as a senior counsel for the Central Excise and Customs Department in the High Court of Gujarat. During his Lordship's tenure in the bar, his Lordship appeared in various constitutional matters as well as town planning and land acquisition matters and many other service matters as well. His Lordship was elevated as an additional judge of the High Court of Gujarat on 17th of February 2011 and confirmed as a permanent judge on 20th of January 2013. His Lordship took oath as the Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court on 23rd June 2022. Tomorrow, His Lordship will be demeting office not only as judge of the High Court but also as Chief Justice. However, this is not the end to the journey and much more lies ahead of His Lordship. During the brief but remarkable tenure of His Lordship as a Chief Justice of this High Court for about 6 months and 19 days, our High Court has seen remarkable achievements. Just to mention a few, on 11th of August 2022, there was an important program on the sensitization and knowledge enhancement for special judges under the POCSO Act in the Judicial Academy, Assam. On 15th of August 2022, we saw the launching of the Vidyarath, the School on Wheels project. On 19th of August 2022, we saw the inauguration of District Court building in Borpeta. On 20th of August 2022, the Legal Awareness and Symposium on Legal Aid, Access to Justice and the Role of Students was organized at Dhrubagar University. On 3rd of September 2022, His Lordship inaugurated new Human Rights Commission building along with the Chief Minister of Assam. On 10th of September 2022, the Guwahati High Court Museum was inaugurated. On 15th of September 2022, District Judiciary at West Karbi Anglong was inaugurated. On 15th of September, on the same day, Vulnerable Witness Deposition Scheme was also inaugurated in Nagaon. On 16th of September 2022, the building of Department of Law, Rajiv Gandhi University, Doimukh, Arunachal Pradesh was inaugurated. On 26th of September, the live streaming of court proceeding in the High Court was launched. On 2nd of October, the Nirmal project scheme for the benefit of the lady inmates, jail inmates were launched. On 29th of October, the National Seminar on Environment and Sustainable Development, Role of Judiciary and Digitization of Indian Judiciary and its Impact in Dispensation of Justice was organized in Kaziranga. On 23rd of December 2022, the second convocation of the National Law University, Assam at Amingaon was held. On the 5th of January, Seminar on Application of Forensic Science in Criminal Justice System, Problems and Road Ahead was organized by the Assam Police and the ILI Assam Unit at Assam Police Headquarters. On 6th of January 2023, the biannual e-journal of the Judicial Academy of Assam, Amingaon was launched. Various other projects under the initiative of the E-Committee of the Honorable Supreme Court were also implemented, including e-Seva Kendras in various districts, as well as vulnerable witnesses deposition centers. From the aforesaid long list of achievements, it is to mention, I would like to mention some of the notable ones. His Lordship, in a capacity of Executive Chairperson of the Gujarat State Legal Service Authority, had taken a key role in launching of the School on Wheels, a project in the state of Gujarat to exclusively cater to the educational needs of the neglected children. After assuming office as a patron-in-chief of the Assam Legal Service Authority, at the initiative of His Lordship, a similar project was also launched in Assam on 15 August as mentioned, under the name and style Vidyarath, with the active cooperation of the state. Now we have at least about 50 street children coming from the most neglected and deprived sections of the society, having access to education with the ultimate object of integrating them to the mainland educational system so that they also can become a proud Indian citizen. Another remarkable achievement is that our High Court has been able to join the exclusive club of some of the High Courts to live stream the court proceedings by beginning with court number 1, 2, and 6 on 26/9/2022, which is intended to make justice delivery system more transparent. Further steps are being taken for starting live streaming in 3 additional courts of this court. The inauguration of the new court building in Borpeta on 19/8/2022 is another high mark. This is a huge modern complex where we expect that this will cater to the need of the future for a long time, inasmuch as there would not be any dearth of space. The other court complex at West Karbi Anglong Hamren was inaugurated, which is a much needed infrastructural requirement in that particular district. We also had seen the judicial officers' residential quarters in Guwahati inaugurated by His Lordship, which are also a much needed requirement to house the judiciary, the judicial officers in the district judiciary. Apart from these landmark developments which showcase the development of infrastructure in the state, we have seen many other achievements in other areas as well. His Lordship has been instrumenting in implementing the sanitary pad dispensers in 6 central jails and 1 district jail in the state of Assam under the Nirmal project scheme to improve the health and hygiene of the female jail inmates, which was launched on 2nd of October 2022. Another high point is the inauguration of the museum on 10/9/2022, which will showcase the rich tradition of the judiciary, not only in the state of Assam, but also other states within the jurisdiction of the Guwahati High Court. We have already seen other various projects being launched in terms of e-seva kendras and as well as the vulnerable witness deposition centers. However, the most important achievement, perhaps in my mind, is the holding of the National Judicial Seminar on 29th of October 2022 at Kaziranga under the theme, the National Seminar on Environment and Sustainable Development, the role of judiciary and digitization of Indian judiciary and its impact in dispensation of justice, in which as many as 9 honorable judges of the Supreme Court, including a retired judge of the Supreme Court, 7 chief justices of different high courts, and several more sitting judges of all the high courts of the country participated, putting the Guwahati High Court in a national judicial radar, which could not be ignored by anybody in the system. Of course, the initiative taken by Lordship in signing of the MOU, which have been mentioned just now also by a learned member of the bar, between the government of Assam and the Prashanti Nilayam Trust in extending free medical help to the children suffering from heart ailments last week only, is another instance where Lordship's deep concern for the suffering of the people with deep sense of humanity is truly reflected. As the state of Assam today forges ahead in many areas with development activities taking place, the judiciary in the state of Assam and other 3 states under overall guidance of the Guwahati High Court and has not lagged behind in upholding the rule of law and strengthening our democracy. His Lordship's concern for upholding the rule of law and human values are truly reflected in some of the judgments rendered by His Lordship as a judge of the Gujarat High Court as well as the Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court. We remember, just to mention a few, in Bhupendra M. Patel versus State of Gujarat, His Lordship, sitting in division bench, had upheld the importance of maintaining a clean environment, which is a part of Article 21 of the Constitution, and rejected the ingenious argument advanced that there is a distinction between registration of a newly manufactured vehicle and the registration of transfer of vehicle, and that the authorities could not have imposed restriction on transfer of vehicle from one city to other cities in Ahmedabad and Surat, which was in the context of imposition of restriction of registration of any vehicle which does not conform to Bharat Port Stage norms. Another remarkable decision in Panchal Vijay Kumar Ramesh Kumar versus State of Gujarat, the division bench headed by his lordship reiterated the freedom of choice of a grown-up girl of 18 years who wanted to marry a boy of her choice in the teeth of strong objections from her parents and restrain her parents to put any kind of restrictions on the girl. Another landmark judgment rendered by his lordship in division bench was also regarding the reunion of intercaste couple who were forced to divorce in the year 2017 within 2 months of marriage, as the family of the woman did not approve the relationship. Reiterating the right of choice and freedom, the court directed adequate security to be provided to the couple and allowed them to leave as per their wish, which judgment, which though not uncommon in the jurisdiction, highlights the liberal tradition of Indian judiciary in upholding the freedom of choice in the teeth of social pressures and stigma. It is also reflective of the broad-mindedness and compassion of his lordship. Of course, as far as this court is concerned, his lordship, in his brief tenure of 6 months, more than 6 months, has passed many important decisions which have been already referred to and spoken by many members of the bar. I reiterate that these are important, especially relating to the bulldozing of houses by the police personnel without going through the due process of law, and directing taking of appropriate action against the police personnel responsible for such action. We've also seen direction issued to the state of Assam to ensure that the traffic policemen are trained in to be more public centric, so that the public do not face any harassment. That was in the context of a traffic policeman assaulting a man for a very minor traffic violation. We have also seen the various intervention, proactive role played by this court in improving the conditions of the jail, and also regarding the prevention of sexual abuse of children. We have also seen intervention of this court at the sense of Honorable Chief Justice for the preservation and proper management of the Dipor bill in Guwahati in the light of environmental damage caused to it. The list goes on. Perhaps we will have some other occasion to consider and discuss those decisions rendered by his lordship. I have dealt much on the Honorable Chief Justice's role as a lawyer, as a judge of Gujarat High Court, as well as the Chief Justice of this High Court. However, his lordship's personality cannot be judged merely from these two facets of being a lawyer, a judge. On a personal note, I have no hesitation to say the Honorable Mr. Justice Rasmin Manarvai Chhaya is the epitome of simplicity, humility, with deep sense of compassion for others. The post of Chief Justice is indeed a very powerful office. Yet the power, the pomp and grandeur attached to the post of Chief Justice has not swayed his personality of being a simple yet a fine Chief Justice, keeping into confidence all the stakeholders and taking them along in dispensation of justice. I can say without any hesitation that you are truly popular amongst the bar, also as reflected by the comments made before us today. And that not only an amiable person, a person who is fully prepared, keeping all the members of the bar alert for the questions which may be coming forth from the bench. As you leave us behind, of course, you will have us own memories which we'll always cherish. So much has been already spoken about you, about your goodness, amiability, and the simplicity by the members of the bar. Yet, as a captain of the judiciary in the 4 states, you have quietly steered the judiciary and kept on course through your amiable personality and leadership personality, which is reflected by the achievements which have been already spoken about. Your smiling face reflects the demeanor and poise of equanimity, which is to be able to remain steady both during adverse and favorable situations, which I feel is a result of your deep religiosity and spirituality which you maintain. And I'm sure this will help you keep your lordship going ahead steadily in the future that lies ahead. I, on behalf of myself and the colleagues of the bench, the registry of the High Court, and also on behalf of the judicial officers and staff of the state of Assam and the district judiciary in the state of Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, extend our deepest respect and regards and best wishes to your lordship and the family members while bidding adieu today. I would like to conclude my reference by recalling the words of Abraham Lincoln. Quote, "In the end, it is not the years in life that count. It is the life in one's years. And we have truly seen the lively and full life your lordship has led as a judge and chief justice, which we have seen during our brief association about 6 months. Thank you, lordship, for guiding us, and we wish you and the family a very happy life in the years ahead. Thank you very much.
Now, may we have the honor of a reply by His Lordship, Honorable the Chief Justice.
My esteemed brother and sister judges on the bench, Mr. Dilip Chaudhary, President Guwahati High Court Bar Association, Mr. Sattadhar Matak, President Guwahati High Court Advocates Association, Mr. Chinmay Chaudhary, Chairman Bar Council of Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh and Sikkim, Mr. Diganta Das, Advocate General Mizoram, Mr. P.D. Goswami, Additional Advocate General Arunachal Pradesh, Mr. R.K. Dev Chaudhary, Deputy Solicitor General of India, Ms. T. Khoro, Additional Advocate General Nagaland, Mr. H.K. Das, Standing Counsel, Guwahati High Court, Mr. Dipankar Nath, Senior Advocate Assam, Senior Advocate, members of the bar, members of the registry, officers and the staff of the Guwahati High Court, and my beloved family. Today is an auspicious day in my life, being the last working day as a judge of the High Court, and I shall demit my office tomorrow. After a pampered childhood and primary education at Verawal in Gujarat, I pursued my further studies at Rajkot, MS University, Vadodara, and ultimately obtained degree of law from Sir L.S.R. Law College, affiliated to Gujarat University, in the year 1984 at Ahmedabad. I got myself enrolled at the Bar Council of Gujarat on 31st of July 1984 and started my practice in the High Court of Gujarat from January 1985. I had a stint of almost 25 years as an advocate in the High Court of Gujarat before being elevated to the bench of the Gujarat High Court on the 17th of February 2011. I am blessed by Almighty, my Gurudev, and my beloved parents, who are the real backbone in setting my career from school to college to bar, and bar to bench. I was also lucky to have constant and continuous support of all my family members, my sisters, my brothers, and even my next generation. During my practice as a lawyer in Gujarat High Court, I was ably assisted by my next generation, two of whom, Hriday Puj and Nishant Lalatya, are present today to witness the farewell reference. My elevation to the bench is a gift of God and result of blessings of my parents. I demit the office tomorrow with a satisfied heart after having a career in judiciary as a judge of the High Court for almost 12 years. During my career at the bar, after initial hiccup and after combating with roses in December, I took initial training in IPR laws with a renowned trademark attorney of Gujarat, Sri Vaidya Trivedi, for almost 3 years. I also joined a government solicitor firm, namely Purnanand and Company, in the year 1985 itself, and continued in the state firm till 1995. I was appointed as assistant government leader and as additional public prosecutor in the High Court of Gujarat in the year 1991, and I remained so till 1995. Thereafter, I joined the offices of my senior, Nirupam D. Nanavati, senior advocate, and then established my own practice in the year 1998. During my stint as an advocate in Gujarat High Court, I was blessed by doyens of the bar like Sri J.M. Thakur, the then Advocate General of Gujarat, who was the Advocate General of the state of Gujarat for a record time of 42 years. The P.M. Rawal, Senior Advocate and then Additional Advocate General, Senior Advocate Sri J.R. Nanavati, Sri M.D. Pandya, Sri Nirupam D. Nanavati, Sri S.N. Salas, and even Sri Kamal Trivedi, the present Advocate General of Gujarat. Because of the training and blessing I received from doyens of my original bar, as well as the training I derived by working as a government advocate, I am what I am today. Today is the day to acknowledge the love, affection, support, and guidance provided by all legal luminaries and my colleagues at the bar in Gujarat High Court, because of whose constant support I got opportunity in my life to become a judge and to reach the level of Chief Justice of this august institute. After joining the bench of Gujarat High Court, I got opportunity to work under legal luminaries like Justice S.J. Mukhopadhyay, Justice Bhaskar Bhattacharya, Justice R. Subhas Reddy, Justice Vikram Nath, Justice Arvind Kumar as my Chief Justices of the Gujarat High Court, from whom I not only learned legal acumen but also the skills of administration. During my judicial career in Gujarat High Court as a judge, I was blessed by all Honorable Chief Justices and also blessed by my senior brother and sister judges. More particularly, Mr. Justice M.R. Shah, Judge of the Supreme Court of India, who not only encouraged me but has remained always a guiding force in my judicial career. I owe my existence as a judge to all such legal luminaries with whom I had an opportunity to work as a judge. All my brothers and sisters of Gujarat High Court have showered their blessings and love towards me during my stint as a judge of the Gujarat High Court, whose constant support was with me in work both judicial and administrative side of Gujarat High Court, and such support even continues today. On 10th of May 2022, I was intimated that I have been elevated as the Chief Justice of this august High Court, and the same came to be notified on 20th of June 2022. On 21st June 2022, I began my journey from Ahmedabad to Guwahati like a Vasco da Gama, but when I landed at the Guwahati airport, the welcome that I received from my brother judges, Justice N. Koteshwar Singh, Justice Manas Ranjan Pathak, Justice Suman Pyang, my able hands Sri Kuntal Sharma Pathak and Niraj Sharma, I immediately realized, even before coming out from the terminal of the airport, that I have landed in my second homeland. I took my oath as the Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court on 23rd of June 2022, and from the very first day of my joining here, I have felt the same feeling as judge which I had on my first day of my elevation in the Gujarat High Court. I noticed great warmth and affection for me among the judges and members of the bar. I have invested a short yet fruitful tenure for 6 months and 19 days on this most loving part of our beloved country, and earned some of the most cherishable memories. Time has arrived to move on. While moving on, I am having a complete account of 38 years of my journey, both in bar and bench. It is only the judiciary that can firmly stand for constitutional morality. The Guwahati High Court has great tradition and has been playing a vital role in discharge of its duties and responsibility with dedication and commitment. It is my firm belief that a legal system can only work with cooperation of the bar and bench and dedicated staff. We are proud to be part of most reputed and responsible institution like this High Court. Millions of Indians have deep faith installed in their heart towards judiciary. It is only the judiciary, being the carrier of justice, that can protect our constitutional values and be the most effective tool to carry India as the best place for every human being. Our constitutional values are not stable creations, but are the needs understood after several experiments and long experience. These are the constitutional morals which are essential to impart justice. These are the standards that make a society civilized. In order to have most civilized nation, it is our constitutional responsibility to strengthen the judiciary. Our constitution provides a strong foundation to have an independent judiciary so that judges can remain free of every influence except law. It is not only for the judges but also the lawyers who form the second pillar of the edifice of the judicial justice delivery system to exhibit of judicial character. The qualities of integrity, uprightness, patience, understanding, compassion, humility, and courtesy are inseparable from personality of judges as well as lawyers. The Guwahati High Court holds high values of ethics and standards with great tradition. Judges and lawyers here are most respectful and courteous. They possess the finest legal acumen in the country. While communicating my respect to the senior members of the bar, I am confident that their genuine support to further develop the institution continues, enabling us to reach the pinnacle of legal services while being a torchbearer of the entire fraternity. Therefore, being role models, they have to play a great role in inspiring the budding lawyers. I am certain that Guwahati High Court will keep the flag of the Indian judiciary high. This High Court will always be a premier institute in protecting constitutional morals, thereby ensuring the Indian citizens that it is a rule of law which shall prevail. On this occasion, I have few words of advice for the younger members of the bar. Hard work and sheer hard work is the only key to success. There is no shortcut in life, so please put in your best effort with almost sincerity and devotion. Worship your work, and it must start from commitment with the diligence to acquiring excellence. In this journey to build legal fraternity, the learned advocate, be it senior or junior, must follow the ethics, moral values, time management, and most importantly, the technological advance. So, it is my earnest request that the juniors must not only pay respect to the seniors, but also must learn from observing the seniors in the court. I may add that the senior advocates must take it upon themselves to not only train junior advocates, but also treat them as family, and together they must work in tandem to achieve the excellence in profession with ethical standards. During my tenure, I had the opportunity of holding courts in principal seat at Guwahati and also in the outlying benches of Guwahati High Court at Kohima, Aizawl, and Itanagar. I could also manage to visit some districts of the court, district courts at Barpeta, Golpada, Dibrugarh, Tinsukia, Nagaon, Sivsagar, and Golaghat. With the support and cooperation of my brother and sister judges of this court, as well as the entire administrative staff, we could successfully organize the first National Judicial Seminar at Kaziranga on 29th of October 2022. The inauguration of High Court Museum was another milestone that we could achieve during my short stint as a Chief Justice of this court. In this last about 7 months of my working here as the Chief Justice of this prestigious High Court, I have received unprecedented support of my esteemed brother and sister judges. They have always advised me in the interest of the institution. My journey as a Chief Justice of this court is incomplete without acknowledging their valuable cooperation and unprecedented support both on judicial and administrative side. I must thank the members of the bar for assistance which they have given to me. There were instances on which we have differed, but then it is said institutions can grow only if there is dissent. Often we have to agree to disagree. We must endeavor to serve the society by using ethical means, and we must always remember that no success or achievement in material terms is worthwhile unless it serves the needs of the interest of the country and its people and is achieved by fair, honest means. The institution has produced this institution has produced great legal luminaries both in the bench and the bar. I thus feel privileged to have presided over this court. I am leaving this institution with a wealth of knowledge and experience which will always be a treasure close to my heart. I first became an advocate, then judge of the Gujarat High Court, thereafter Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court, which will remain my identity till my last breath. I personally believe that God could not have rewarded me better than what He decided by attaching my name with this prestigious institution. I would be failing in my duty if I do not acknowledge the support, love, and affection of all my brothers and sisters, even though my sting as a Chief Justice of this august institution was short. I am proud to say that all my brothers and sisters have become members of my extended family. I would also be failing in my duty if I do not acknowledge the assistance rendered by Sri Gautam Barua, Registrar General, Sri Kuntal Sharma Pathak, Registrar cum Principal Secretary, Sri Nirod Sharma, Secretary, without whose assistance it would not have been smooth sailing for me, especially on the administrative side. I also take the opportunity to thank and acknowledge the services rendered by my two court masters, Sri Rupam Sharma and Nayandev Chaudhary. And I was lucky to have such expert hands with me to dispense with justice smoothly, quickly, and properly. My four helping hands, Shantanu Kumar Deka, Robin Khan Kaka, Mukut Sharma, and Gunajit Bhagwati, who have rendered the timeless service anytime, any day without looking at the watch or the calendar. From tomorrow, I will have to give up the habit which I formed of being welcomed every day by Sri Gautam Barura, Registrar General, and Harida, who eagerly awaited for me at the entry. The habit which is formed to meet Brother Justice N. Koteshwar Singh at 10:15 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. on every working day till will be a matter of past. I shall lose constant company of my able, competent, and beloved bench partner, Justice Omitra Saikia, who is true to his name of being friends of all. I shall miss august company of Justice Suman Syam, Suman by almost every day, and also all brothers and sisters on every Wednesday. In discharge of the duties, I found that the members of the judicial fraternity are well known for their impartiality and independence. I must thank each and every member of the registry for their assistance and support in discharge of both judicial and administrative duties. It would be possible for me, it would not be possible for me to mention each and every officer and staff of the registry by name, but I am grateful to every single person for giving me their constant support and assistance. I also thank the state of Assam for providing excellent support and security to me throughout my tenure. I had an asset with me in form of my Jamadar, who is my elder as well, Farida and Dhanbai, who not only took care and caution of my petty needs at the bench as well as in the chamber, but were guiding factors, and particularly Harida took care of my health as well. My two drivers, Vijaybai and Ramanbai, mingled with my wife and me like being a part of the family member, and so is my supporting staff at the bungalow. And from tomorrow, I will not only miss them, but my wife and me will feel void for some time till we settle down in the retired life. I thank one and all for relentless service rendered to me at every level and every time. I cannot forget to acknowledge the unconditional love and support given by my wife, Hitakti, who was always there to support me in all the different phases, including difficult phases of my career, where she has given me strength to overcome the most difficult times in my life. She has been a true lifeline. I am deeply touched and overwhelmed by the kind words that you all have expressed today for me, and think whether I deserve this a bit. I convey my heartfelt gratitude to all of you. Though my tenure as Chief Justice was short, it has been one of absolute contentment. I feel proud and privileged to have presided over Guwahati High Court, being the custodian of the judiciary of the four states, each having paramount importance, coupled with its glorious history of its own rich tradition. My wife and I take back sweet memories of our stay here and feel blessed by the love and affection showered on her. I therefore on my own accord want to remain attached with this institution and the people of Assam as long as my journey on this earth continues. I invite all my esteemed brother and sister judges, members of the registry of the High Court, learned members of the bar to Gujarat, and I assure you that I will not disappoint anyone as a host. Every judge is a human being, and hence please forgive me if I have unintentionally hurt anyone. Though I would be demitting my office tomorrow, according to me, it would only be a change of life and an opportunity to change habits from present one back to good old days. Thanking you.
The farewell reference is now over.